Welcome to Big Braids and Crypto. I'm your host, Mr. Big Braids, coming to you live from a reservation somewhere, taking a look at ASM and a few other coins to get the night started. Alright, well, let's get it started. Take a look at ASM. ASM has been basically moving on a sideways action, trying to make some moves to the upside. It's been going up and down. We had some capitulation over the last couple of days, and we're back up over 8 cents. So trying to hopefully, making some moves to the upside. We definitely got to come over the 786 at 0.0872. BTC still not out of the woods yet. Has made some moves up over 42,000, but it is kind of, still got that dippy vibe to it. So definitely got to keep an eye on that. And there's a lot of Fed meetings that have met up in the last, we've been hearing about them. They haven't really released all the info that they've had on it. They said they're not quite ready with it, but they're going to start releasing that in the next couple of weeks. So definitely, got to keep an eye on that. So I'd imagine with, until the Fed releases all that information, we're basically, could be possibly going sideways until BTC figures out what it's going to be doing next. So definitely got to keep your eyes on the news. And if we start making some moves to the upside, we still got to come over this 0.0872 and same price action as we were looking for as in the last video. We still got to come over this 1046, and we have this 1351 as far as breakout action and moves to the top. So keep an eye on that. We do have these lower prices. It's just been, a lot of coins have been just creeping and crawling along the bottom and searching around for wherever the bottom is. And, at this point, it's how low can you go? So keep an eye on all the tokens and keep an eye on BTC. We'll do a follow-up video on ASM tomorrow and see where we're at. So keep an eye on that. And you always got to remember, this is not financial advice. These are my views and opinions on the market only. And you always have to do what's right for you. So everybody in ASM, good luck. Let's take a look at COV. He looked like it was making some moves this morning, and throughout the afternoons, basically up and down action. It definitely came up and tried to get through at the 786 here at 0.1003. Definitely got rejected. It did have some pullback, came down. It looks like it started to get it still kind of got basically a higher low in. I guess you could argue that it's basically, seems to be still pretty even, but compared to where it was at, it's basically trying to make its moves up. So could it be coming up to test the 786 resistance and trying to make a move to the upside? That scenario could be at play here. We basically come up, probably have some pullback, and then that scenario could be at play. Definitely got to keep an eye on that, or, basically could be looking at some sideways action once it gets over the 786 and grab some support and, just consolidate sideways. A lot of the coins are basically doing some sideways action until BTC gets, figures out what it's going to do. So keep an eye on that price action. We still have the price action is the last video at 1285 as far as breakout action to the upside and grab some consolidation, move to the upside. So keep an eye on 1258 as far as moves to the up. And if we do lose support at 1057, we're definitely looking at 0.0933 as far as some accumulation and next move up. So this scenario is still at play as far as BTC not being out of the woods. So keep that in mind. And so if we do get rejected here, we're definitely going to pull back to the 1057. And if we lose support there, then we're definitely going to start looking for some lower price action on GoVal. So keep an eye on that, those prices, and keep an eye on BTC. For everybody in COV, good luck. Let's move on up to MDT. MDT's holding at 0.0889. Got some creepy crawly action here. I know we were talking about that in that last video, and we were talking about the capitulation straight down, and that's exactly what happened, especially with that scenario that played out. It did get a good bounce in there, and it's looking like it's still creeping, crawling around, and it could start looking at these scenarios, the lower price action scenarios that we did put up in the last video that we had. So let's take a look at MDT at a larger time frame. We did come all the way down and check at the 786. So looks like it's trying to get a couple bounces in, and could start making get some consolidation and making that move to the upside. So this scenario could be at play if we do get a good bounce. So keep an eye on that. The one scenario that I look at, especially on a larger time frame, is a lot of the coins are basically putting in the bearish butterfly scenario. So that's a lot of the coins are setting up like that. So when I start seeing these scenarios, I start seeing a lot of sales, and there's a lot of talk about some pretty decent sales actions coming up. So definitely plenty of time to still jump on board on a lot of coins that are still banging out here. So keep an eye on those, and we got to keep an eye on some lower price action as far as MDT. If we lose the support at 786, we're definitely coming down to 0.066, and if we lose the support there, we're looking at a 0.007. So how low can we go? That's about where we're at right now. So like we were saying in the last video, a lot of the coins are, basically searching around for the bottoms, and, starting to make that next move up. Definitely could be getting some sideways action, especially with BTC being so undecided at this point. So for everybody in these coins, definitely keep an eye on BTC, and good luck. And you always remember, this is not financial advice. These are my views and opinions on the market only, and you always do what's right for you. So we're going to move on to Jasmy. Jasmy's been holding that 7 for quite a few days now, still consolidating sideways. Looks like it came up and tried to check the resistance at the 786 at 0.0730, and looks like it got denied, had a bit of pullback. Definitely has some creepy crawly going on, kind of the scenario we were talking about in the last video with MDT, with the the capitulation that basically this is what I look for when we got some creepy crawly action. The basically zoop right down to so zero point 0.06 is on the table. A lot of the price targets we've been putting down in the lower end have been getting hit. So definitely got the eyes on 0.06 as far as some accumulation and next move up. So keep an eye on that as far as Jasmy. And we still got the same price action as far as move to the upside, and that'd be at 0.1179. So definitely got to get over that 0.1179. So keep an eye on that, and keep an eye on BTC, and y'all's good luck. And y'all's going to remember that this is not financial advice. These are my views and opinions on the market only, and you always have to do what's right for you. So y'all's have a good afternoon, good evening, good night, and good morning. Mr. Big Braids is signing out.